Today's the day, y'all. Folders are now live on JobTread. This has been a commonly requested thing over the past couple of years. We've held off for a bit because we really leveraged file tags for a while, and tags are fantastic because you can have multiple tags on a single file, which allows it to show in multiple searches, but people were still missing that organizational component of folders and having that same set of folders in every job. And we recognized that, and having the ability to take a single file, throw it in the folder, and then not see it again until I go into that folder is something that people really have been wanting. So we're really happy to deliver this, and I'm going to walk through it right now. If you go into a job, you're going to have a very familiar looking file list. It's pretty much the same interface here, but in the top right, you have the ability to create a folder. And when I click this, it can be very simple. Just click, permits, type it out real quick, hit enter. Maybe I want to rattle off another one for engineering. And let's maybe do one more for design, but before I do, I want to upload some files in here because I know most of you already have files in the system. So when you create one more folder, let's do design here. Notice I have two options. I can upload files and photos to the folder as I create it, or I can move existing files. So if you're hoping to move to this folder structure, this is a really helpful tool because you can create the folders and move files into it in just one step. Click that button, choose the files that you want to move, click add, and you're off to the races because those 4 files are now a part of the design folder. But we obviously recognize one folder deep is probably not going to be enough for most people. So now you can create subfolders as well. So if I create, let's say, initial design, I create another one for, final renderings. These will add the folders, these empty folders, to the top of the list, and so now I'm 3 levels deep. I have my root all files section, I have my design folder, and then I have my initial design folder as well. Any files I upload right here are going directly into the folder, so I don't have to move them around later on. But you certainly might run into a situation where these 4 files need to go to a different folder. So just click those check boxes, choose the file that you want to move them to. Very important note, just click on the arrow to see the subfolders, and then in this case, maybe I want to move it to initial design. Good to go. That's going to move automatically. Another really cool part of this is we still incorporate this in the grid view, so you'll see all of your folders here in that grid view, and you can take mass actions with the select button here in the top right. For a lot of people, wanting to kind of create these ad hoc on the fly is going to be helpful, but really more importantly, you need to create a structure for all future jobs moving forward. To do that, we're going to go into settings, and then this is where we see our default file folders. I already have 2, or technically 3. I have permits and then engineering, which has a subfolder for final rendering. To create that, just click add a folder, and maybe here we wanted to create a folder called like inspiration, and if I wanted to create a subfolder, just click the arrow, type in the name, customer submitted maybe, and then hit new folder. That's going to create that top level folder and the substructure. And again, what this will do is create this folder structure for all of your jobs moving forward. Another thing I want to make sure I mention here under roles is permissions. And historically, the way you share certain files with a customer, a vendor, or an internal employee is with tags. And you can see here, currently I'm only sharing files tagged as customer with my customer accounts. But we've added the ability here to share it with folders as well. So this is additive in nature, meaning if someone has a tag or can see a tag, or they can see a folder, they're going to be able to see the file. I think in practice, you're probably going to want to choose one way or the other, either sharing files through tags or sharing files through a folder. It's up to you. Technically, you can do both, but I think most people will have kind of one route that they want to go. The last thing I want to mention is the main files tool right here. This is the aggregator of all of the files across all of the jobs, and we've incorporated folders into this too. So any unique folder name that has a file in it across all your jobs is going to appear at the top of the list. So for example, if you have permits within every job's file system, then you're going to see it here on the list. You're going to be able to click on it, and that would show you all of the permits across all of your projects. So really handy tool is to see everything across all jobs instead of having to dive into the job and see all the details. Another cool feature here too is you can add folders directly to the main file list. It's a great option for something like company-specific files. If you have any questions at all about this update, please let us know. Support@jobtread.com. Thank you so much.